Compared to Bethesda's previous releases like Starfield and Redfall, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a massive breath of fresh air compared to those previous releases. But yes, I would also like to make a clarification. Machine Games is the main developer of this game, and they deserve every single little piece of credit that they are getting for this game. The game is absolutely fantastic. They did a faithful video game adaptation based on the main Indiana Jones movies compared to the recent entries that the Indiana Jones series has been receiving recently, especially with the bomb of a movie, Dial of Destiny. I also want to give a major props to the four main actors that played Indiana Jones, Emmerich Voss, Gina, and last but certainly not least, the late and great Tony Todd, who played Locust the Giant in this game. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle would not be the game it is right now if not for these four actors. They did fantastic jobs. So in this review, I will be covering what I feel like were the pros and the cons of this game, starting with the cons. During my playthrough, there were some bugs that I experienced. Nothing game-breaking that really pulled me out of the immersion, but just some small things. And I also feel like the game is a bit short when it just comes to the main story, but with a combination of all of this potential side content that you're able to find in the game, it easily, and I really mean easily, makes up for the short main story that we got. Now, believe it or not, those were the only cons that I had with this game, and I'm being dead serious here. When writing the script and my ideas of what I thought was good about this game and what wasn't, I was trying to find more cons, because only two things, I was astounded. I was like, there's no way this game I only had two issues with. But then thinking about it, I was like, yeah, the rest of this game is just absolutely amazing. So we're gonna get into the pros right now. Unlike what some people would have you think before this game actually came out, you play as Indiana Jones the entire time. You don't play as Gina, you don't play as some side character, you are in the shoes of Indiana Jones the entire game. And honestly, thank God for that, because there have been some games with characters that are, the main focus, and then they throw you into another character's shoes that you don't want to play as. But in this game, you're Indiana Jones the entire time. Each map and level of this game is distinct, from the Vatican to the Pyramids of Giza to the big icy mountains of the Himalayas and the forest of a small country under siege by Nazis and fascists. This game, gorgeous. The level design, amazing. The sandbox, we're going to get into in a little bit, just breathtaking. Every little single piece of this game in its exploration, and we'll really get to the exploration and all that stuff in a bit as well, is fantastic. Machine Games, you have outdone yourselves. You have shown the rest of the industry how to make different levels in your game, how to differentiate yourselves from sections of a game. Going from the Vatican to the desert in like the Pyramids of Giza is insane. Like, that is a huge push there, and that is something exactly an Indiana Jones movie would do. They heavily succeeded at that. So many parts of each map is distinct and interactable, with many side activities to discover and complete alongside the main story of the game. You can use these completed objectives to farm points, which I thought was really cool. There's these points you can earn by either taking pictures of structures that Indiana Jones would like, or by completing side objectives to unlock little points where you can use to unlock actual upgrades when you find books also around the map. So you'll find a book that says, you can earn double damage. You gain double damage on a one-handed sidearm or on two-handed weapons. You spend those points into that specific slot or perk, and then you have it. It's a smart way of unlocking perks that isn't just a whole tree like some games might have done, but you find the actual upgrades and then you put points into unlocking them. I really like that. The weapon variety is insane. Pistols, shotguns, rifles, machine guns, or a broom, or shovels, or dusters, sticks, paddles, literally anything that you see that you think could be used as a melee weapon can be used as a melee weapon. Even when you run out of ammo, you can turn a shotgun into a club. You can turn a pistol into just a bitch smacker. This game has so many different melee weapons, and the melee combat is so much fun. The stealth attacks and the stealth in this game is also extremely well done. You can go entire sections of the game, except for specific segments where you have to fire a gun, without firing a gun. You don't even need to shoot a bullet. Even in the mini boss fights that they have, you can do the majority of the game fist on fist or melee combat. And some of the stealth takedowns as well, or the ways that you can actually knock out an enemy, are just hilarious.
Hell of a drop.
The story and the dialogue of this game, the writing, is fantastic. It feels like an Indiana Jones movie with the way the characters talk with each other and with the way the cameras around these characters are actually panned and moved. It's extremely well done. For example, in the first showing of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, we got to meet Voss, the main villain. I'm going to show you a cutscene of him when he's talking to Indiana Jones in Giza. Extremely well done scene.
While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. Oh, I can hear your gears turning now. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Like with the cutscene I just showed you, it looks beautiful. They are extremely well done, and Machine Games should be proud of themselves for how good this game looks, especially on the id Tech engine, which is an engine known for optimization and performance. The game looks beautiful. Like in the Indiana Jones movies, there is that certain amount of stilliness in certain areas of the game that make the moment-to-moment action of the game memorable and entertaining as well. When you're in this really serious moment in one cutscene, you move to a different area, and then you find a villain that's just goofing off and dicking around. It's extremely entertaining.
Now what of the American? Hmm? What is his duty? His Lebensinhalt? His purpose? Huh? What is it? Hamburgers and picture shows? You have no history, no nation, no leader. What you have is your stupid American cartoons. Choo-choo, choo-choo. Ha 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 ha. You laugh and dance, celebrating your own idiocy and drinking the piss you call beer.
The puzzles in this game and the exploration is really good. And by really good, I mean really good, and is extremely well done with tons of collectibles around the map to discover. Extremely good that exploration in the Indiana Jones game is extremely rewarding. You can also toggle the difficulty of the exploration and of the combat specifically at the start of the game. Because I'm a dumbass, I made the exploration and the puzzles easy, but I made the combat hard in order to kind of make my experience a bit more balanced. Even on the hard mode difficulty, the combat was still fairly easy, especially after getting some upgrades, but I still really enjoyed it. And if you are a really big dumbass like me, who sometimes still needed hints on some of the puzzles, you can even use your camera to take pictures of the puzzles to give hints from Indiana Jones. But when I figure out a puzzle for myself without taking hints from the camera and without feeling like a dumbass, it is extremely rewarding to finally figure out a puzzle I was stuck on for like a minute or two. Each area of this game, like I said earlier, is a sandbox of so many possibilities, and you can use whatever tactic you choose, whether it's stealth, whether it's going in guns blazing. I know for a fact I did that a lot, just picking up an enemy's gun, killing another guy, picking up their gun, killing two more guys, taking their guns, fucking throwing them at someone and killing them. The game rewards sandbox behavior. You can do whatever you want. I even had a situation where I couldn't get upstairs with a two-handed melee weapon, so I threw the melee weapon up the ladder. That actually worked. I climbed up and then just grabbed it.
Maybe I will never understand why Laura was here. But at least I can try to stop Boss.
This game has actually made me want to re-watch the original Indiana Jones movies. It's had honestly the same effect as the Fallout TV show did, where it wanted me to play the Fallout games, but instead, this is getting me to watch the movies. As a game, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was created with love. I commend Machine Games as the main developer leading this charge on what I would call one of the best Xbox-made games in the past 5 years. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a near perfect game, and I would give it a 9 out of 10, and call it Machine Games' best game to date. I am super excited to see the future of this studio, and what future projects, hopefully Wolfenstein 3, they have coming for us in the years to come. Maybe even some sort of Indiana Jones sequel, because I know they're making a story DLC expansion called Order of the Giants, and I am 100% buying that. I am pumped for the future of whatever they have to make, and I hope Xbox shoves as much money into this studio as possible and doesn't repeat a Tango Gameworks or Arcane Austin situation. This studio needs to be nurtured. They have great people working there, they know what they're doing. This game, amazing game. Thank you all for watching this review. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, if so choose to. Thank you all for watching this video, have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys in the next one.